Hey gang, it's Marie here from goalietrainingpro.com. This is the second part in this series with Eric Marvin from Warrior. He was kind and gracious enough to drive up and spend a little bit of time with me and help bring me up to speed on equipment, because you know that I'm the strength and conditioning specialist, but I don't know about your technique, and I don't know about the equipment. So this is going to help me to design programs a little better for you, having a better understanding. But also, hopefully, some of you will learn a little bit more about some of the special features that Warrior offers. So we did a video the other day about the pads and how to adjust them and how you can adjust them to suit your own playing style. And then today we're going to look at the gloves and blockers. So Eric, what do you want to tell us about gloves and blockers?
Well, I mean, Warrior has two domestic sets of glove and blockers. So we have our Custom Pro and we have our Custom SC. Custom Pro has some very good goalie-specific features. You know, sometimes you hear about features that are just on there to be features.
Okay.
But some real good goalie-specific features. One of them, and I think this pertains to Revolution and the body side of the gear, is we've added across the entire palm of the Custom Pro, we've added a layer of high impact foam.
Okay.
So it really helps with stingers. One of the cool things is that it's not a practice palm by any means.
Yeah.
It's easy to close.
Yeah.
They've really designed it well so it protects and it closes and opens with ease. One of the other things that I think you'll find interesting, and it's been on some of our past product, but we have what we call a cuff wedge. Mm-hmm. Okay, so what this is, and if you can see it here, is this wedge pushes the glove off my wrist naturally. So the glove wants to face the puck just by putting it on, right?
Yeah, without having to sort of actively keep an
exactly. You don't have to. You don't have to crank
yeah.
on your wrist to put it out in front. So I mean, you can see this is straight out, and it's almost completely flat here.
Yeah.
And my wrist isn't bent at all.
Yeah, that's cool.
So
that's really cool.
so just with a little bit more, I mean, it's completely there, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's better than not having the cuff and having your wrist right up where you have to really bend your wrist.
Totally.
So
yeah.
it takes a lot of pressure and that off, especially if you're playing hours a day or multiple times a week. It just really allows for you to be a little more free in your stance and not have to be constricted by the equipment.
Well, yeah, and you know, so I see it from two perspectives. One, you can keep more of a neutral wrist position, but have your glove in the right ready position.
Yep.
Then when you do take a shot, the puck, you know, you get that impact from the puck. Biomechanically, your wrist is in a neutral position is going to be a more stable position.
Right.
So not as
stronger.
much wear and tear.
Yeah.
And then,
You'll get less rotation and everything too.
You're not always having to crank your wrist into extension. You know, it's just that again, that could be overused, give you some tendinosis in your wrist. So
right.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a really nice feature. You can see we've got a nice closure, so you can hold on to pucks, seal pucks on the ice. The Custom Pro has more of like your typical 90-degree break and feel. Lots of custom options. The SC glove here has the same cuff wedge. What it does have is it's got a little bit more of a flatter thumb and more of a 60-degree break. Now, to differentiate the two, we left out the high impact foam on this glove, so this is more of guys who like that thinner feel where they want to feel the puck, they want to know where it is, so that's why we designed this glove for those guys, because the glove market's very split. It's like half the people you talk to like this glove, half like this glove.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, again, nice seal. This glove is considered by most guys that use it your catcher's trapper. Like you're catching everything, and a lot of the guys say that they don't even have to necessarily close the the glove and the puck staying in the pocket.
Neat.
So,
hey, can you tell me, and I'm sure everybody knows, but I don't know, what's the difference between a 90-degree and 60-degree?
Your hand position. So the best way to describe the closure of it is more by showing you with my hand. So like the 90-degree break is more this motion.
Yeah.
The 60 is more this
okay,
motion.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's a very different feel.
Yeah.
And that's why, you know, we felt the need, at least right now, to have 2 catch gloves to match that.
Yeah.
So you can feel it when it's in your hand. The break is on this glove is more here, so you're closing like this.
Yeah.
And that one, you don't have to close as much. It's more fingertips and thumb.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. How about, what about blocker?
So blockers, we have 2 domestically. I have 1 with us, just because for the custom options, the only difference is one has a binding, one is bindingless.
Okay.
All the other features you can get on either blocker. So one of the cool things that we do offer is collapsing palm, we call it.
Yeah.
So you can see there's gaps in the palm, so that way when you close your hand, it seals up, so that way you don't get bunching.
Yeah, totally.
We've also, if Maria, you can see this, but it's concave.
Yeah.
So one of the big issues with blockers is they kind of flop around a little bit, especially after a little bit of use. So by building it concave on the back of the hand, it hugs the back of the wrist really nicely. And we've got nice protection. One of the other things too is, you know, we've got a flat inside surface. So one of the things that you find is when you drop into your butterfly, you don't keep your blocker like this. Most goalies tend to turn their blocker.
Yeah.
So again, just like the face, you want predictable rebounds. You want to know where they're going. You want good protection. So that's why it's almost like two-sided blocker. So real nice. You know, you can see the seal. There's enough room for a stick, but it's very nice.
Yeah, because I've trained guys too that have had like the puck kind of roll up their stick and then smack them.
Yeah, right in the
break
finger.
their finger.
Absolutely.
You know, it's such a stupid thing because it's like, well, I just broke my finger, but you know, for a couple of weeks at least, they can't grab the stick. They can't take the vibration from it. So it's sort of like, oh, what a stupid thing. If you can prevent it, that's really cool.
Yeah, and I mean, there's lots of different ways to try and prevent it, and you know what? I mean, you're always going to find yourself in a situation where your fingers are exposed.
Yeah.
I mean, as a goalie, you can never 100% stop. You know, stop your hand from being exposed one way or another. Just you get into positions that you don't know how you got there, but you ended up there, and now you're trying to block a puck. But you know, as far as finger protection, like we've got pretty good finger protection, almost armadillo style. So keeps, you know, it's nice and tight, which to your hand. So protection level is very good, and it wraps really well. So you can see that it just kind of rotates there. The other thing, we have a single curve blocker board, and then we have a double where there's a flare at the bottom edge here. And what that flare does is it moves this point further up the blocker board. Now what that does is it allows you to get down for paddle down a little easier and pick up your stick. Because this point here hits the ice and kind of blocks you from picking up stuff. So it's just an option. But it's a great blocker. Not many, there's not too many other, I guess, features. The last feature, I guess, now that I'm recalling all the blocker stuff here, is we've taken some keys from our lacrosse side of our business. So you can see like segmented thumb here. So what that allows for is some nice movement out of the thumb. So everything's nice and mobile, and you get like you can feel this back piece is solid piece. But you have the break here that allows you to move your thumb. So you have no gaps in protection, but you have great mobility.
Yeah, that's terrific. That's an awesome piece of engineering. Like, wow, I can't believe that. That's great. Hey, thanks, Eric. Thanks a million for showing us the gloves and blockers.
Yeah, thank you.